I totally forgot to clip my mic. Sorry about that, guys. But I am trying to fill all these blacks for my inks for this drawing. And then let this dry overnight so I could start the coloring process. Which I'll have to figure out what exactly I want to do. Because I have not thought about a color scheme yet. That is something that I need to start working on. As like an artist, just like decision making. But hopefully everyone is doing alright on a Tuesday. I am doing alright. I just got back in. I had to go back to, I can't say it's like my hometown, but my parents' place to help out with a couple things. Had a couple appointments and then driving all the way back to my city because I got work tomorrow. But I also like really want to like get some headway on this piece because I need it. Let's see. I really have been enjoying this new ink that I got because it's pretty solid. It handles alcohol markers really well, and that has taken me a long time to find ink that works really well with it. And one of the things that you'll need to know is that for a lot of this, since I'm using a brush, I need to ink from left to right since I'm right-handed, so I don't smear this because this takes a while to dry. So even like down here, I need to probably work on that. This is one of the most nerve-wracking parts of inking because I can easily mess this up. Ruin the whole entire piece. But it's also like the most fun. Probably because I can mess it up at any moment. Because one of the things that I'll need to think about doing is a bit of the cleanup. Hey, T-Crow, how you doing? Hopefully you are doing well. You know, this is like first time I streamed like 2 days in a row. Though I've only streamed it just a couple times now. I was just like, I'm not really doing anything, and I want to ink, and I'm like, I might as well stream it because I really wasn't feeling like sitting down and like record. I did work on this like slightly before jumping on stream a little bit. So on the phone with someone, I was like, oh well, I was on the phone. I was like, I'll do a little bit of ink work while I'm talking to someone, and then it's like, oh okay, the conversation's over, and I still want to finish this kind of before tomorrow. Not the fact that I'm like really in any rush. Besides, my own deadline. Because this is the stage where I go like, do these blacks really work in these areas? And it's hard to really know. Like pencils give you a pretty good idea, but sometimes I'm like, I don't know. Like this area, I'm not like totally sold on it, but it is okay. Like when I get into the coloring phase, I'll probably use some like paint markers to fix it up a little bit. I don't know, but I gotta say that's looking pretty solid so far. I think it will look good once all the inks are on there. And then I'll go ahead and fix it at some point. But you guys let me know how y'all Tuesday is going. I know like for me, like Tuesday is literally almost over. It's gonna be like Wednesday in like less than an hour. Ready for I am so ready for the weekend. It'll be a long weekend for me, which is I feel it in my soul. I need it. But I think I'll probably end up going back home to help my mom out with the garage, which that'll be labor. If I said the day was gone well, I'd be lying, but I don't want to be a downer. Okay, it's one of those rough days. Well, personally, if you wanted to vent about it, I don't mind. But that is completely up to you. Because I could definitely commiserate. But it is also your business. So that is completely up to you. And I know there's like other viewers in here too, but it's not like anyone else is saying anything. So but I will say that, rough days, man, like I feel you. Ain't easy all the time. It's probably more worse days than better, but you know. But hopefully what you're going through is just a season and things get better. Not going to delve into things right now. Completely fine. Completely fine. Like I said, this is your business. And I respect that. Yeah, that's getting there. I think this coloring scheme is going to make a lot of sense once I end up getting the actual color on here, since I want to have it backlit. I think it'll really pop. It'll be weird. I think I'm gonna make it weird though, like on purpose, intentional. I don't know if it'll work and look nice, but in my head, I think it'll be cool looking. The other thing I need to do, like when I'm picking out this color scheme, I'm gonna really need to like look at my alcohol marker collection to see what's still good, because I'm hitting that point where like a lot of my stuff is just dried up, which is a pain in the ass because I have to wait till I get paid to buy more. And I'm still trying to figure out, like, all right, what brand of alcohol markers do I really want to keep using? Because, like, Uhuhu, which I really do like and enjoy, is like when they run out, replacing individual markers for those is a pain. Because you usually got to buy them in packs. And that can get up there and expensive. And then Copic is just more expensive. And it's not the fact that I don't like Copic. I think the markers are great. But it's expensive. And I don't want to spend like $9 on a marker, on one marker. And then I have a Jerry's Artorama that is near me. And they have art infinity markers. And they're okay. I don't particularly like them that much, but they're convenient and they're cheap. But I find that they dry out extremely quickly. And since they dry out extremely quickly, you got to go buy more, but at least it's cheap. And they usually have a discount on them if you buy multiples. So, which is probably what I'll end up doing, is buy more cheap markers that I have to replace sooner. But what I want is a good marker that lasts a long time and the quality is really good. But also, I don't think that Art Infinity marker's quality is that great. I think Uhu and Copic's a little bit better. But I also haven't like totally tested it. So if I don't have the markers that I need, I think the game plan is probably to ink the other pieces, since I have those other penciled sketches ready. Or one of them is like ready, the other one still needs a little bit of work. But I'm wondering if I should just go back and forth on them, which is not a bad move either. The only problem with that is that I'm very bad at jumping in between projects, like juggling different projects, because I'll lose interest in it. And I don't want to do that. I like finishing down. I like sitting down and finishing. Don't really have feedback because when I do traditional don't do markers but watercolor. But with watercolor, the paint is reasonable, but the paper is expensive. Yeah, that is the thing with watercolor and paper. Surprisingly, I never put too much thought like I used to. Not put too much thought into paper, but paper does like a lot for you, more than what I originally had thought. Well, like, oh yeah, I definitely need to keep the type of paper and paper quality in mind, just on how it like affects the medium, especially with watercolor, like cold press, hot press. And it's okay if you don't really know. It's more or less like I'm saying that for like I also have to like kind of keep it in mind of making that decision. I've done a little bit of watercolor work. Not a lot. Just a tad. It's like I know for like cold press and hot press, or is it warm press? I think it's warm press. I know it affects. I know one is better for like ink when you're drawing because one's rougher, and then there's one that is smoother. Yeah, the smooth. I think smooth is better for the watercolor. I'm trying to think, but it's not really working really well because I haven't used it in a long time, so I'd have to look something up before I jump back into watercolor. I have a set somewhere, and I think I have watercolor paper somewhere. That probably isn't like in a box though. Ink is cold press has the texture and makes colors look nicer, and hot press is the smooth way, better for inking, but colors don't look as nice. Yeah, I know that. Like that's the trade-off, which is so weird. I wonder if at some point someone's gonna make like an in between, or if that's ever gonna be possible. I'm assuming that's like on how the paper is made. For markers and whatnot, it's like you really need the paper to be thick so it can absorb the ink and then being able to blend. So paper is also important on that aspect. And then I know, and then a lot of people like swear by like mixed media paper, which that also has its ups and downs. It's like I have figured out my ink situation, which has been using this Kiritaki black ink because it stands the alcohol markers really well for the most part. Sometimes the like black fill will bleed with some lighter markers, but that comes down to like I could easily avoid it by not doing this fill black thing first. It's just like I like having my blacks done before I like color because just the way it looks. So I'm like, okay, this seems to work. T-Crow, what seems to work is use cold press and then ink with a brush instead of nib pens or forgo lines altogether. I can see that. Yeah, I can see that. Inking with a brush is not too bad. I mean, I do it. Though I really like a dip pen is the thing. But I guess you just change what you're using depending on the medium. So I've used this sable brush for a lot of my ink work, but usually it's just for filling in hair. Like all that hair up there is all ink just with this. Hey, Bagel. The wizard is live. Amazing. I try. I actually was live yesterday too. Was working on my line art here. Now we're inking. Filling on all of this black. So far, this ink process has been about 2.5 hours. This will be the first time that I've like fully recorded most of my process outside of penciling. I think I might do that with this piece, is that I will probably stream the whole thing. So I'll probably color this live too. I saw you were live before and I was bummed that I missed it. Yeah, I'm wanting to like stream more. I'm gonna work on getting a setup. I gotta get a new desk because like I have a pretty beefy gaming computer that can stream, and then I got a camera that I can use for video and whatnot. It's just my computer desk does not have enough space to actually draw. That's something that I'll need to work on. It is something that I don't know. Give me about a month or two. I gotta buy a new bed first before I buy a new desk. Because moving sucks. Got all this stuff I gotta get like pay for and go like, oh man, I'm missing this, I'm missing that. And I don't need the desk immediately. outside of just like it would be really nice to have that so I could just get more space. Because right now my drawing desk and my computer desk are in two different rooms. Like right now, like my drawing desk is in my bedroom, and then my computer is in my living room, which is like pretty much just like my main room because I'm in a small apartment, so ain't a lot going on. But I also really need to get back into doing like large YouTube videos. I just gotta stop being so lazy. I think I'll probably jump back on that. Once I think I'm done with this art series, I think I'll probably jump back on trying to make videos again. I just gotta like pick a subject matter. Because how my YouTube channel started was I was just reviewing the Ultimate Spider-Man comics, but I was like drawing as my B-roll, which really worked. But like I was trying to think like long term, like do I want to keep doing that? I don't know. I totally got you. I totally get you. I have a small place too. Yeah, it's not too much of a problem since it's just me. It's fine, and it's not like I got a lot of furniture. When you're a super mega famous artist, don't forget me, the subscriber that calls you the wizard. Yeah, I don't think I'm ever gonna be like super duper famous or anything like that. It is okay. It would be cool, but it is not exactly what I'm going for. As long as I get like people that really enjoy like my work, I'll be happy. Because we gotta stay in the art game. Yeah, but what I was saying, I gotta figure out like what sort of subject matters I want to tackle with my YouTube channel again, because I just kind of I've made other stuff about art and nothing just doesn't seem like it resonates, which is fine because like a lot of people's YouTube channels is kind of struggle with that. You just kind of got to figure out my voice and such. Hey, Silly Bagel, how you doing? This is looking fire, dude. Yeah, it is. It is coming along. I was working on this earlier. I started working on the hair, and I was like, oh, I should probably just stream this since I'm working on it at my desk. When my partner and I found your account, the short where you fixed the arm hand, we both were like, "Oh, he's going to be so big." Yeah, that was it. That video did blow up though. That got like 800,000 views on it. Yeah. I haven't had anything like big like that happen again, and like I understand why that video did well. I just haven't figured out how to replicate it on purpose because it was just me fixing a mistake. And I think I just got lucky with it being such a dumb thing. And it's just like, oh, you totally screwed up this hand. How did you manage that? And then I did I'm very proud of how I fixed that hand. And then it just popped off. I did not imagine that popping off the way that it did. I could not replicate that. Yeah, I know. I was very, very surprised. So were my friends. Guys, what did that large amount of views feel like? I feel like my heart would have stopped breathing. Okay, so like that for like about 2 weeks there. I was getting, I'd get like a couple thousand views a day, and I'm like, oh god, that's crazy. Because before then, I think the highest any of my videos had done was like 10,000 views, which is a lot, which is also really good. And I was like, oh man, and it hit that, and then like a couple days later, a couple more thousand, and then more thousand, and then one day it just like blew up to 100,000, and I was, oh shit, oh yeah. It gave me a little bit of an anxiety about it, especially when it kept climbing, because like once my friends found out about it, because I got a group chat with the guys. There's like 4 or 5 of us in there. Yeah, there's about 5 or 6 of us that are in there. And once they kind of got wind of my channel blowing up, they're like, "Holy shit, Dane! Have you seen what's going on in your channel?" It was it was a big deal. It freaked me out for a long time, and then it died, and then I was like kind of thankful that it died, because I was like, oh god. That is not what I wanted to really get known for, was for screwing up that hand. But, here we are. I will say though, just because you get like a very viral video, it does not really translate into anything major. Uh, Obviously, I went from like having 1,000 subscribers to like 3,000 subscribers, which is impressive. You would just to replicate that again. It is a little late. Yeah, it is about 11:30. Here's the thing: I don't sleep. Like, I don't exactly have insomnia, but like even if I wasn't working on this, I would be sitting in bed like awake. I struggle to sleep sometimes. Though there is some nights where I'm just like, oh, I'm out. Dude, I saw some of your old drawings on your channel, and holy improvement. Yeah, over the last 2 years, I've made a lot of improvement. That the drawing with the hand, that drawing was really meant to be like, all right, if I try really, really hard at doing like a really good drawing and focus and like not do anything like really quick, how good am I? And then from there, it's just like, okay, well, now I'm gonna try and do like a series on the same sort of prompt, I guess. And here we are. I've like it helped push me to get better. And now it's just been some slower improvement since then. It's definitely gotten better. Oh yeah, viral vids are just for a bit boost subs, but not really long-term views. Yeah, like it didn't. That's exactly what it did. The good thing though, or the interesting thing I would say, is that that video did very well on TikTok and Instagram and extremely stupidly well on YouTube. So it's one of those things that posting on different platforms, videos just perform differently. YouTube is what I do the best on for shorts, but I've had stuff pop off on TikTok that don't do that great on YouTube or Instagram, and Instagram usually doesn't do good at all, but I've had some stuff that just performed better on Instagram than anywhere else. It's weird. To me, there's like really no rhyme or reason. It's just different. I've had stuff that completely flops on two of them, and then on one of them it does fairly well or even pops off. Yeah, it's very valid. The people who did get fame from one viral moment seem to take a very heavy toll on the mental health. It's better to build slowly. Yeah, that's what I wanted. I'm not really going to like. I don't really want to go viral. Is the thing. Like, I'm fine with being. I'm fine with being small time and then like slowly building. As long as it's like building and showing growth, I'm fine with that. That's what I want. But that oh god, it freaked me out very bad. My friends could attest to that one. I was like, guys, it won't stop. And then eventually it did. And then we're like, oh god, thank Christ. Wow, dude, these comments are delayed like 5 minutes. I bet there's got to be. I wonder if there's a way for me to like speed that up. We just got to keep in mind that these comments might take a little bit. You depict this woman very well, not gonna lie. Like, I struggle drawing women more than men, and I'm literally a woman. I think it's just because I draw a lot of women. I think. Women are just like it's just like my subject matter of choice. They're definitely my favorite subject. It's like my ex was like my muse for like the longest time. Photography and for art, especially photography. I took a lot of photos of that girl. And then I've taken a lot of photos of just women growing their social media content. So all shapes and sizes. Hey man, I was happy to stop by, but I'm really dang tired. I got some work to do tomorrow. I need to get at least 6 hours. See you soon. Later, Bagel. Have a good one. Hopefully, you get some good rest. Don't sweat it, because I am just planning on filling the blacks out tonight, because this has got to dry before I do anything else to it. Because if I take any alcohol markers to this right now, or like today at all, totally gonna smear. Totally. And if it smears, I'm gonna cry. And we don't want me to cry online. Which there really is not a whole lot left. And then some of this I'll have to end up cleaning up at another point. I hope this isn't weird, but that bit about the ex being the muse is amazing. Most women can only dream of having that kind of relationship. Yeah, it's not weird. Me and her are actually pretty cool still. So like, no chance of us like getting back together or anything like that. But we were friends before. We were friends for a couple years before we dated, and there was not like no cheating or anything happened. So like there was no like ill will. It's just like sometimes relationships you change, and we were together for a very very long time, longer than like a lot of marriages. So it'd be like that. But I've had two exes be my muses. So her and then one before that, but that would have been like in high school. So that would have been like, oh god, high school was what, 20 something years ago for me, or at least my freshman year was. So long time. Time to feel old. I am in the market for a new muse though. One that that I'm not with. It doesn't have to be with, because I think it'll be a little weird. That is the thing with muses. It would be pretty good to one. I guess a thing that I'm trying to get at is like working with someone again, like a creative partner would be fantastic. I just haven't like established that sort of relationship or with anyone else yet. I have worked with a couple other like a couple other like models before, but nothing like that. Where that's all you're kind of drawing and whatnot. That obsession. It's hard to say, because I guess it's like the same thing if you're really big into fan art and then like you get like a favorite character or something. That's still so cool. I love seeing artists do their art. Yeah, it's fun. I love seeing other people's progress too. Eventually, I'll find another muse, but I have no control over how I'm going to feel. I'm going like, oh yes, this person right here is going to be my new muse. I will do 5 to 10 pieces of art dedicated towards them to capture their essence, because there's something about their essence that speaks to me. It's been a long time. It's definitely fun though. Because there's been times where I'm like about like certain characters. Like I used to like drawing Yennefer from The Witcher a lot. But it's not like, okay, I'm done with this picture of Yennefer. Let me go and draw another picture of Yennefer. It has been a minute. You gotta say, we're almost done for the night. When I was a little kid, I always drew Marilyn Monroe. Ah, yes. I like a lot of retro models a lot. I did a few last year. A few ink pieces. Not, I wouldn't say they were great though. I could probably do them way more justice now than a year ago, I'd even say. But they have a good look, especially Marilyn. Marilyn has a fantastic look. There's just something about that era that has a sophistication and elegance to it that today's looks doesn't really have. Like, and that's not even to say this like modern look is bad either, because it's great in its own way, but there's a timeless quality to it. And I just don't know how to verbally communicate it. It took me like a decade to play through The Witcher, and when started was down bad for Yennefer, but by the end of it, could not stand how toxic she was. That is Yennefer. Yennefer is toxic, but it's such a very, very real relationship. And that's the games too. The books are great. It's just Trish's work. Trish is like worse in the books, and I can't get into like why, because books are oof. There's books. Yeah, there's The Witcher is based off of a book series. It's a Polish book series. And the games take place after the books. It's I didn't know that either until like I started like delving into Witcher lore, and then like I fell in love with the books. My partner is making fun of me for not knowing that. Whoops. It'd be all right. It'd be like that. They're good books. I really enjoyed them. I got really into it. I remember in the very beginning, Reload and Save, so she could hug me, and no matter what you did, she would just come up with a different excuse not to hug you. I could see that. God, I haven't played The Witcher 3 in forever. It's been a long time. Which I'll probably need to replay it before Witcher 4 comes out. And I think there's like DLC that's coming out. All right. I do think that this is just about done. I probably need to sit on this. I think this is just me looking at this right now, because some of this coloring is like, yeah, I think I don't want to use black ink with that. I probably want to go with color and shade dark on that. I think here is going to need some sort of fill black in this area a little bit. And then probably need to deepen some of these blacks like right here. But none of that. And some of this too, just a little bit of black in a couple different spots. I like permanently glitched a portion of the horses in my save file for that game as well. Ah, CD Projekt Red. The games are a little glitchy sometimes. I think Witcher 1 definitely was. But there's only a little bit I have left to do on this. And I think I'm not going to do more ink changes tonight on this, and I'm gonna sit on it before I commit to it since it's permanent. But I appreciate you guys hanging out with me because it is almost 12 o'clock here, so I probably should try and turn off my brain and see if I can't sleep. So it has been very nice hanging out with you guys. I hope you all have a great evening.